Hey neighbors, Brent here with your Dashboard Devotional. Hey, we've been waiting for this for about 6 weeks now, but we are finally to the week of Easter. We've been spending the last many weeks talking about the foolish love of God, that God's love is so beyond anything we've ever experienced before. It's an unimaginable love. It's almost an unbelievable love. It's a love that some would say just don't make no sense. But Paul, actually, I was reading this a little bit earlier. Paul wrote a letter to the church in Corinth. It's a letter that includes that chapter 13, the famous words of what love is, patient and kind and such. But earlier in that letter, he talks about wisdom. And it's sort of connecting for me how wisdom is difficult, the wisdom of God as well as the love of God. Both of these are hard to get our hands around sometimes. But he says here about the wisdom. In the second chapter, he says, "We do, however, speak a message of wisdom among the mature, but not the wisdom of this age or of the rulers of this age who are coming to nothing. No, we speak of God's secret wisdom, a wisdom that has been hidden and that God destined for our glory before time began. None of the rulers of this age understood it, for if they had, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. However, as it is written, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love Him. But God has revealed it to us by His Spirit." This week, as we get ready for Easter, we've been encountering Jesus in a lot of ways that just kind of don't make a lot of sense. They dumbfound us a little bit. If you were in worship this past Sunday, you'll remember Aaron Mara's preaching about Palm Sunday and how all of these people had expected that Jesus was in fact the King of the Jews, the Messiah they'd been waiting for. And yet as they gathered on the sides of the road, waving their palm branches with their cloaks laid on the ground, they find Jesus humbly moving into town, slowly, methodically on the back of a donkey. A little bit later this week on Thursday, we have Maundy Thursday. There'll be a worship service actually on our Woodlands campus where we'll reenact and remember the Lord's Supper, the night when Jesus and His followers got into that upper room, where Jesus took off His outer garment and washed the feet of His followers, where He took bread from a table and said, "This is my body," and took wine from the table and said, "This is my blood." The journey towards Easter will then take us to Friday, where on our Woodforest campus there at Stewart Elementary, we'll first have a fish fry at 6 o'clock, and then we'll go into worship where we remember Jesus doing what no king would ever do, fall subject even to those who wanted to crucify Him, where He would hang on a cross, He would offer words of forgiveness for we didn't know what we were doing, where He would grab a thief who was hanging there beside Him and welcome him into paradise. It just doesn't make any sense. Well, then on Sunday, 3 days later, we're gonna gather to remember God's promise of His love being a promise that could not be put away by hate, could not be put away by violence, but that the light and the love of God is something that would continue to flow into the world. We're going to celebrate resurrection. And that'll be at 9 and 11 o'clock there at Stewart on our Easter Sunday morning. We hope that you're planning to be there. Come early, find a seat, and we're going to celebrate together that God's love, this foolish love of God, is love that will take us to the very end of the age, all the way to eternity. I hope that you're excited about the week before us. I plan to see many of you at many of these different worship services throughout the week. Have a great week, and God bless you. We'll see you Sunday, if not before. Bye-bye.